Hello everyone, it's just Graeme Keith here again with another video from The Great Wake Up. On today's video, what I wanted to do is continue with the manifestation theme that we've been diving into over the last few days. And obviously, manifestation could be a bit of a tricky topic because some people find it so easy and some people find it so challenging. But there's one constant within manifestation I want to share with you right now. And that is that every single one of us, me, you, your neighbor, your friend down the road, everyone on earth is proven to be an expert manifester, to be an expert at manifesting. How do I know that? Well, because everything that we are experiencing in our lives right now is a result of you manifesting it. Quite literally. Me for me, you for you. We are all constantly manifesting, whether we know it or whether we don't know it. And there's one very distinct shift that I wanted to teach you in this video, which is responsible for me achieving my manifestation, my dream and goal, which seemed absolutely astronomical compared to the position that I found myself in when God opened the door and sent my teacher because I was ready. What a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful gift life is. So let's just dive in and dissect today's video. So before we go ahead, I would always appreciate it if you like and subscribe to the channel, and if you could hit the notification bell just so you can be informed of my latest uploads. That'd be great. So moving into the video then. We're all expert manifestors, and here's why. I want to take you back on a journey to the very day you were born and you graced this wonderful earth. There'll be a day that hardly any of us, well, none of us will remember. And there's a very profound reason for that. But why go back to the day we're born? Well, to go back to the day we're born not only proves that we're expert manifestors in our own right, but it also proves that the life you are living right now, one that isn't in alignment with the manifestation you wish to achieve, or you are attempting to achieve, or trying to achieve. Yeah. It proves that the life you are trying to achieve is stemming from a place that you don't want to be, but or a scenario that you don't want to live life in, or you're just not happy with your life and you want to change it. Whatever you want is a result of you not having it. But therein lies the secret to manifestation, because everything that you are right now is a manifestation. Go back to when you were born. When you were a baby, you don't remember it, as we said before, but what happened? Let's analyze that. When you were born, you didn't have any mind, any thoughts, any labels, any beliefs, any mannerisms, any sayings. You were just literally a blank sheet of uninterrupted, pure, God-given consciousness. You were an empty vessel in total expansion with no mind. And that quite literally is the highest level of receptivity or frequency in alignment with the universe, with source. So the universe put you here, having given you the life that you have, with a preordained, pre-scripted reality that they want for you, which is all the things that you want in your life that you don't have. All of those achings, those longings, those yearnings that you want to manifest, they are given to you from Source. Source realizes this. Source has given you this journey. Source knows exactly what you're going to get when you do your part. And that's what we're discussing in this video. So when you were a baby, you were there. You were perfect. You were in the state of no mind, which meant you were a channel. You were a direct channel to the universe. So whatever came to you then was absorbed from, say, your mum, your dad, your friends, your family, your social circles, to things that your mum and dad used to teach you or say to you, or things that your brothers and sisters used to do and say to you. Let's just see if I can kind of show you what I'm talking about here. Let me see. Let's share the screen. So you should be able to see on screen here. Yes, you should be able to see on screen here. My little stickman right here. Now this little stickman right here represents you as a baby. Okay, now this drawing here is really going to give you some insight into what we're talking about. So when you're born, you're just there. You have no mind. You have no beliefs. You have, we'll call that M, and we'll call that B. And you have no external influences coming in to your being and leaving a mark or an impregnation on your consciousness. So these could be, I don't know, all of these things here, all of these orange things are external. They're all external things that people have said to you, you know, have done to you, have whatever. So what's happened is we've gone from a blank canvas of pure consciousness in line with God, ready to go, just as the universe birthed us this way. We're born into the world this way. And as we grow, we learn all of these things. What the mind says, what the beliefs that we take on say, and what the external things we take on from people who know us. So we've quickly become a bit of a mess, really, haven't we? Because we've came into the world with no beliefs, with no mind, and with no external, you know, forces or things attaching themselves to us to cloud who we are. And who we are in reality is this baby right now. We are our inner child right now, and our job is to return home to that state of being in an adult body. That is our job. That is what we're here to do. That is universal manifestation, going back to the realization of the truth that you are not a mind. And therefore, because you are not a mind, the aim of the game is to lose your mind. And I mean that in a sense of, you know, of essentially don't believe that it's you, because it isn't you. The mind isn't you. Okay, so same with beliefs. We can rub those out as well, because the beliefs are just simply repeated things that we think over and over again, which form into a habit, and then they solidify and concrete into a belief. And that's where we become that belief. And the only thing true about a belief is the word lie in the middle, because whatever you believe, you become rigid to. And it may well be true, or it may well be completely fictitious. But if you're believing it, then you will become it. Okay? And that's what this representation here is showing us. When we're born, we're innocent, we're pure, we're whole, we're complete. And as we grow on the part of this universal journey, we take on all of these other forms of, bad energy, wrong beliefs or incorrect beliefs or whatever we take on, and the mind, the thoughts that come up, things that pop in, all of these things dilute us from us. Okay, this is how powerful we are. It proves that we can manifest, because look at what we've done. We've manifested from a state of pure, uninterrupted stillness, consciousness, truth of who we are and who life and what life is, to this spiritual being who's transformed from an energy state to almost a physical like become trapping yourself in all of these things, in the emotions, in the beliefs, in the thoughts. When you were a baby, none of these things existed, and none of these things mattered because you didn't know about them. It's like if you're a soldier in the war, and it's a bit of a bad example, but it is a very true one, and you stand on a landmine and you don't realize what's happened until you look down to your legs, you won't feel the pain. It's the same thing. If you're not aware of something, it doesn't affect you, but it could be negatively affecting you, like all of this stuff here, because you are not the beliefs, the mind, or the external things that you've learned upon your life's journey. You're none of these things. You are the uninterrupted, beautiful, God source given energy in a vessel like this when you're born, and that is who you are. That is who you are, because you are at the closest point to God there. Totally. Because you were literally just been born into the world from that wonderful creation. And that is your power. And this proves you can create. You can create negatively, or you can create positively. And what we do as a human species is we're born into the world as a baby, completely perfect, clear, powerful, spiritual, pure love, pure energy, pure, true identity as that baby. Yeah. As we grow, we take all of this stuff on. So it proves that we can manifest this sort of negative stuff. But this really isn't negative, because all of these things are showing us what we don't want. So ultimately, everything from the universe given to us on our journey is for our highest good, because it ultimately is leading us to the path, which is this. We are a powerful creator. We are a powerful man or woman with the ability to choose our reality right now, even when we believe we don't have choice. And the reason we believe we don't have choice, let me just come back to the screen here. The reason we believe we don't have choice is only because we've been unconscious. We've believed that our life to this point, we haven't had any control over. We haven't, because we haven't been aware up until this point that we have been creating all of it, the things that we don't want, things that we do want, and all of it in between. But if we're doing that with an unguarded consciousness, with an unguarded mind, then chaos will ensue, because good things, bad things, okay things all popping in and popping out. There's no clarity, there's no stillness, there's no direct connection to source. There's no telling source, right, I want reality to be different. but it isn't. Why isn't it? Well, the reason why it isn't is because of the beliefs that you've took on about yourself. All of this paradigm, when you've been a baby to now, is not yours. It's secondary information. It's false. And you've took it on as true. And we've took it on as true. And therefore we limit ourselves by manifesting that reality that is secondary to us. It's not our doing. We didn't put it there. We just absorbed it from other people or thoughts or external forces or whatever. But it proves that what we believe creates. And that is manifesting. It's just that we've manifested from an unguarded consciousness, believing with the mind, believing all these external stories that we've learned. And therefore, when we do that, we get a life that we don't really want because we didn't create that. We were just unguarded and allowed it in to seep into our consciousness, and therefore that's who we become. But that's a gift too, because it shows you, like I said, what we don't want. And if we know what we don't want, then we can certainly attune to what we do want. And we can do that now. And we have to do that now, in every single moment of now, because now is only the only thing that exists. And now, what you have in your now, what you believe in your now, what you can visualize, you can energetically place yourself there remotely. Or maybe you can look at your car or your house outside and you want a new one. You'll be able to see the new one, even though you're looking at the old one or the current one. Yeah, this is who you really are. You are this limitless being of creation. I'm no longer afraid of it. And I was afraid of it because it would give me the life that I wanted. And my mentor sent me an audio last night, actually. It was quite amazing. And it was that very audio. Saying basically, are you in fear of the life that you want? And most people are. Most people are. I was, because I was afraid to be the real me. To be the real me, which is this spiritual teacher who is able to share this profound ancient wisdom and knowledge with you. It's purely the truth of who we are. We are this powerful. We are a creator. We have already created things that we don't want from being born to now, because that's what the job of the universal game of life is to give you what you don't want so you can become consciously aware, e.g. back to who you really are, and create the world you do want using the God-given skills and gifts that you were born with by God, by source, prior to being born into this realm. So everything is set for you to achieve. You can't not achieve. You can't not, because you already are it. Well, you already are everything that you dream about, that you dreamt about, the massive goal or the small goal or the goal that will make you, glow from the inside. Whatever it is you want to manifest, you already are it, because that's why you want to manifest it, because it's written in your code, or almost in like your DNA or your, the script for your life before you arrive here. Okay. So it's very, very important to realize, then go back to that baby analogy. When you were born, you were a blank canvas. You were a blank canvas in line with God. And you took on secondary information, knowledge, behaviors, teachings, learnings, truths from everybody else around you, because they were there to care for you as a baby. You couldn't do any of that stuff. So don't beat yourself up. This stuff is part of the journey. Unlearning who you're not is massively important. It's a fundamental key to achieving what you are. Okay. So never ever for a moment believe that, you know, you've had a raw deal or whatever, because you haven't. You've had the exact deal you're meant to have had to bring you home to the truth that you are the most powerful creator on earth. You must assume the wish of the state of the dream fulfilled or the wish fulfilled right now, right this second. And then that takes you there. You are there. Believe it, feel it, see it, smell it, taste it, touch it, see it with your eyes. If you can look out into your world and see a different world with your eyes open, you are there. You are there in terms of manifestation and creational power, in line with your true self. And that's what we're here to do, to revolutionize humanity for the better by coming home to who we all individually truly are as spiritual beings. This is how we change the world, by changing ourselves. And we change ourselves by becoming conscious, and we lose the fear of our power and our God-given gifts, and use them humbly and use them naturally to help yourself, because you must first help yourself to manifest the life you want, or you're not going to be in an energetical place to help others. Okay, so you've got to put your oxygen mask on first, and you've got to, you know, put yourself first, because you are first in your world, and you deserve to live the life you were born to live. It's in your DNA. You are here to achieve your birthright, just like I've achieved mine. You're here to achieve it. So let's look at that baby analogy again, and just quickly go to my journey. Now, as you'll see, you may or may not be able to see, but I'm actually in a wheelchair, so here's why that's important. My journey, I was born at 26 weeks prematurity, and I developed a condition called cerebral palsy spastic quadriplegia, which is a lack of oxygen, unable to walk, balance, stand, hold stuff sometimes, get neurological twitches and flinches and pain and all that kind of thing. And that's great, because that's who I am and who I've learned to love to be. But look at the significance of my journey. So my journey, I always knew that I was going to be very wealthy, very rich, very happy, and very successful. And in a sense of, well, why that? Why those things? For me, being born into the world at 26 weeks meant I was so eager to get here and get this work done for humanity, because that's the truth. That's why I was so quick to want to get out, because we have to do this work, and God knows that. And this is why he gave me this wonderful opportunity to be me. And it's the same for you. But I was frozen in time, essentially. So when I was born, I was sort of free and clear in a sense, but I had a lot of trauma, because when I was conceived, my mum was looking after my dad, who was dying of a brain tumor. So at the point of conception, I was frozen in that time. I was frozen in that disability, if you like. And how could it be any other way? My mum was very ill when I was in her womb. My dad was dying of a brain tumor, and I was a what's the word? I was a mixture of those two states of being. And look at me as a result. I popped out as that result. So if you put sugar in a bowl, it's going to be sweet. Yeah. If you have two negative states, my mum and my dad, and they come together and created me, look at me in this physical state. So manifestation is proof. That's proof manifestation right there. But this is what gave me, this is why God gave me this disability, so that I could achieve the goal, the dream, the pre-orchestrated script of source. Okay? So everything in your life is set for you to achieve. You just need to realize you are not a mind. You are a soul experiencing humanness. And the limits you believe are not yours. They're not true. Remember the baby? They were taken on by you. When you were a baby, you had no option but to take them on. But they are not who you are. They are who you were taught to be. Those labels, they were only meant to stick and drop off. They became you, didn't they? And then you're trying to fight your way out of a life that was never yours in the first place. But you're trapped in it, in a sense, because in your unconscious is what you took on from other people from day one. So you see the significance of going back to the baby state. What I mean by that is not sitting in your house wearing nappies or anything like that. What I mean is going back to the state of no mind. No mind, no thoughts, no vibrational misalignment, no disharmony, no doubt. Nothing that is in direct conflict with the truth that is you've achieved the state of the wish fulfilled now. You are living your dream now. You have it now. You've done it now. It is here now. You smell it, you taste it, you touch it, you can feel it. It's real. Now, open your eyes, look at your old car, see your new car. Get in your old car, get into your new car. This is your power. You have to create from the space now. And that means you have to overwrite all of this stuff that was taken on for your highest good to ultimately give you the life that you didn't want. It's a wonderful, wonderful show, isn't it? This world. It really is. But just remember that in those moments of, you're trying to, maybe trying to struggle to feel like you've fulfilled it, or you have a doubt pop up, or a thought pop up, or a belief pop up, or something pop up that isn't in alignment with where you want to go or what you've already achieved. Just forgive yourself, let it go, and say, thank you for showing me who I'm not, so that I can freely choose, just like the baby state, with no interruptions, no doubts, no disbeliefs, no secondary learned false behaviors, thoughts, words, actions, all of those things, all secondary to the truth of who you really are. Vividly hold that baby scene and know that everything you desire, you have now. You've done it. You've done it. Now, when we think about all the years where we didn't realize our own unconsciousness, because how could you? If you're unconscious, you're unconscious, and you can't be conscious, and therefore you're unconscious of the fact you're not conscious. So we can't beat ourselves up about this stuff. Purely divine. But you have an enormous role. Go back to the baby state. Assume the state of the wish fulfilled. Now you have achieved your goal. You are that millionaire. You have that Porsche 911. You have that loving partner. You are married. You have beautiful children. whatever it is. Feel it, embody it, absolutely believe it because it's true. What you direct as the script writer of your own screenplay will become your movie, but you can't just sit in the director's chair and do nothing, because that's when the unconscious mind kicks in, and whatever is in that unconscious mind will take over, write a story you don't want, and you'll call it fate. So know your power. Go back to the state of no mind, no labels, no doubts, no overthinking, because none of that is you. That is the overcoat they taught you to put on in order to manifest your dreams, your goals, and everything the universe knows and is trying to give you. When you give to yourself, and you give to yourself by realizing just who you are. You are that baby state of pure energetical creative power. You have everything now. You are it. There is no lack. There is no gap. There is no distance or delay. It is done. It is complete. Remember the baby scene. Nothing that you believed to be true is true. And you can rewrite your life and achieve whatever it is that lights your soul from within. So thank you for watching this manifestation video. I've been Graeme Keith from The Great Wake Up, and I really do appreciate you watching. Until next time, take good care and happy manifesting.